But I will say, in the face of, huge loss, having an account with thousands and thousands of subscribers or YouTube accounts with, thousands of videos and, you know, having all your work destroyed, it's nice when it stops, but in the moment, you just have to live to let go, and you realize that, like, even as the creator, you're putting out a lot of junk, Like, 1% of my content is actually watchable, and I think that's what all filmmakers ultimately
Aim for.
figure out, yeah. Because it's like the attention span of your users is so short, and the fact that many of them will never come back to your channel ever again after watching your most popular video, you know, that's it. Like, you get one shot.
Well, I don't celebrate Halloween. I'm gonna use this weekend to catch up on stuff that I need to do. Where's my website? Maybe producing an AI photo that is better than the one I have. For my LinkedIn. Daniel, when are you going to Rome? You're not working today anymore, right?
More.
For how long?
I don't know, 5, 6, 7 days.
Oh, I'm so jealous. You should take me with you.
I'm considering also to go to.
Like, not meet them just because they're some weirdos. Just don't invite those guys.
Exactly.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer
So do you guys
was a
just
very
tell me,
racist. What?
Just cut out the ones that you don't want, and just be like, sorry, but we don't want you. You can't sit with us.
Hi, Alpha. Hi, Abby. Happy Halloween.
Hi, John Kitover. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
You ready?
John, Rudolph told us he's going to be a KKK for Halloween.
With all due respect, David. With all due respect, David.
No, he said same.
Only his wife, I guess, is going to be KKK.
No, you're getting the story wrong. It's a sexy KKK member.
Is your wife in Africa getting plowed right now by somebody in some Ojibwe tribe or something?
Abby, you're gonna have to kick him.
What is going on? What is going on?
Can you do excuses?
Oh.
That was very disrespectful.
That was very disrespectful. I agree.
You're gonna kick me over that?
And this impacts rural towns more than anyone.
Alright, let's get it in. Go empathy. You ready?
Or 2018?
Well, I just got kicked out of Abby's room with Keegan. They really are a little neo-Nazi cell, aren't they?
What?
They're racist over there. Abby, Alpha, Keegan,
Alpha? Which Alpha? Our Alpha?
Alpha SeaWorld, Abby's girlfriend here.
Okay, yeah.
Jeez, they are so racist.
Well, I don't know. They say that I am the Nazi one. But I
Yeah, that's
got
true.
them all blocked.
You should go in there, unblock
Mommy
them.
gave me a huge compliment the other day. She called me what was it, Daniel? Peace. No, what was it? Peace. I don't remember. Piece of a whore? No. I don't know. I don't remember what the exact insult was. Abby. The Turk.
The young Turk, the fatty in the grocery store. So Daniel, let me ask you a question. If you were forced to listen to everything you ever said on this app, you know, and like let's say it was like, 60 days of audio or 30 days of audio, however many hours you've spent talking, how much would it cost you to have to sit down and listen to everything you've ever said? How much would somebody have to pay you to go back and sit there and listen to everything you've ever said? Would it be possible for you?
Well, a lot, because for extra time,
Yeah.
I know all that shit.
Yeah.
But you do listen.
But would you be willing to sit down and listen to yourself?
Depends on, like, all mine, like,
All the yelling included. I don't think there would be enough money for me to sit down and listen to myself. I think I would cringe so much. I would really cringe so much listening to myself. It's like the fights I have going on, the drama, the times I have just been there doing nothing and saying nothing. It would be hard, actually. That's a good question. Well, for Q, it would be easy because he has barely ever talked. Hello. Yeah. I feel Clubhouse is super boring today. Do we need an Amir room or something? Do you think that Clubhouse, I mean, Amir went away from Clubhouse? I think he would be boring.
I think you can learn a lot from Clubhouse, but there you definitely have to have some type of goal, purpose of being here, and some type of like cutoff date to where you realize having the same conversation daily is neurotic and pointless and stupid. Unless you're actually like creating content, and which is really like surveillance capital. It's like a new form of product fetishization. I don't know. But the problem is when
I'm doing this just for myself. Like, I am not creating content.
I know, but I'm trying to make the point that you should be, and if you don't, you're really wasting your time. That's the theory.
Oh, you're right.
The Bitcoin room is interesting. Is I'll go to X Spaces and I'll see the same leaders in the Bitcoin room running big rooms on X.
The same people as here?
Yeah, yeah.
Only Mars and maybe John, but
No, British Hodl.
John does, yeah, but what they do on X is different than what they do on Bitcoin, on Clubhouse, sorry.
Really? Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, they stay there, I don't know.
They sit here during the day and just let the room run while a lot of them work or trade. It's like a trader's den. People just looking at the market, listening to the stupid conversations on here. John Fakori and other people talking their stupid shit. That's what I don't like about these casual conversations is they're so stupid and such a waste of time that as somebody who records a lot of it, I have no desire to listen to it anymore. This may sound vain and egotistical, but I prefer the sound of my own voice to the voices of stupid people on here.
Yeah, I guess.
Because
That's like, I don't hear some, I mean, like, most of the times because I'm trying to avoid doing stuff that I actually need to do in real life. Yeah. Like, for example, I've been avoiding to do admin for the past 2 weeks. And I just like,
Yeah, well, that's like picking at a scab or picking at your zits and thinking that it's going to improve the situation. No, a warm compress is needed. Ice is needed. Relaxation, de-stressing. And so this app does not create a peaceful meditative environment like John Kitover.
When were you kicked out of that room?
Which one, Abby's room?
Did you say anything to her?
Yeah.
Did you say anything to her?
Yeah, Keegan was talking about how he was going to dress up as a KKK member for Halloween. I said, "Is your wife still in Africa getting railed by some African?" And then they're like, "Kick him! Kick him!" Trigger warning. It's funny because people pretend they like love me and then they hate me because like that's their type of personality where they're just, crazy people on here wasting all their time. That's life.
I think I have the people, probably all the people in that room blocked by now.
It's very smart. I like the way you do business, Issa.
How is the way I do business, John? And I am never looking back.
Yeah, don't look back, just drive forward.
Yeah, I think I must have blocked Abby probably like 2 years ago. Almost, I guess. It was like at the beginning of last year.
Why haven't you blocked Simon though? I can't understand why you love
Because
that.
I love Simon.
Why do you
I
love
Simon.
him? He's Canadian. Who can
Because
love a
Simon is
Canadian?
I don't care. Simon is a good person.
He's a good person?
He's a very good person. He's a good friend as well.
Alright, if you say so.
Yeah. I blocked Keegan recently. I haven't seen Kevin Cohen lately, but I mean, I guess it's because he's just hanging out on the other side of Clubhouse, or maybe because he's not around. I don't know.
I saw
But,
him
yeah,
in the last 2 weeks.
yeah, I think he hangs out in the spaces with Boosie
Abby.
and Keegan and Abby.
Yeah, I've seen him there once.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people go into her rooms, to be honest. I just don't understand it.
Well, I mean, like, they're fun, like, depending on what you're looking for, I guess.
I mean, it's just a bunch of fucking white supremacists hanging around there anyways. That's it. Egan, this fucking Irish guy, Mr. Anderson, you have,
No, Tim is out of the app already for, like,
okay.
2 months.
And then you have Diogenes. I mean, it's
Oh, yeah, Diogenes, that's another one that's blocked for me.
completely unhinged people. Completely. Including Abby.
Well, some people don't see her as unhinged, so I guess that's fine and fun. You know?
No.
I mean, when we used to hang together, like the older group and stuff, it was kind of fun, but it became very toxic.
Wait, let me ask you this. I thought Tam was in the room. Oh, Tam is here. Tam, let me ask you this. We all, we can all get along, right? Without bashing rocks into each other's heads. So, what I'm saying is, you disagree with Issa's political position, you do disagree with my political position, and you think you have the superior political position, but yet, what I'm saying is, we can transcend any position we may have with each other because we like each other, right?
Obviously.
So, what I'm saying is, why do you think there's still so much conflict, like even in this app? Why are people so petty, so childish, immature, low IQ, low EQ? Why?
Well, I think that
Emotional control.
well, that's one thing, but I think one of the problems that I see today is that people have some kind of political, religious position of some kind, and they don't have other identities. It's their only identity they have. They see the entire world through that identity. When you do that, you're gonna be in conflict with everyone, always, because you can never see what you have in common with other people. And I can. But yeah, I mean, guys can as well. But I mean, when I go into a room with Abby and them, and almost every time I go in there, there's gonna be some talk about white people, or I mean, it's always these things, and it can be fun for a little bit, but it always comes back to the same thing. And I mean, it's fine if you want to discuss some things, but our rooms are not these kind of rooms where you sit around and you debate things, kind of like your rooms, Isa. That's basically what you do, and I can see why your rooms can be like that, but hers aren't, because it's just that the topics often sort of gravitate towards that.
It's just like that. I feel it's just like, yeah, well, they found it's funny sometimes to make or some jokes or whatever around this topic, but it doesn't move from there. You know, and I don't care. Like, people can have their own views and their opinions, and as I always say, like, people can hate whoever they want to hate. Like, I don't care. But I don't know, like, make some arguments that are interesting, you know, to discuss or whatever. Bring it to principles. Keep your ideas, you know, keep what you believe in, but just engage in something that's more stimulating than just, I don't know. I'm not even saying that our rooms are are better or anything. I just find them more stimulating, because then we end up always talking about ideas, you know, like whether you like them or not, but not really like people, because who cares? What's your color? What's your race? What's your whatever? Even when we talk about Islam and Muslims, you know, we talk from like the ideological perspective of Islam and Muslims. And
Well-
the reason why Muslims come to the room and they actually engage in the conversation, because they I don't know.
See, you think you've had every conversation there is to have, but the truth is, you need to stop altogether having any conversations, because all future conversations you've already had.
All future communications is hypnosis.
It's future hypnosis. You know what I learned the other day, actually, Q, that the Bible is also hypnosis. Scripture is hypnosis. And it is like very subtle hypnosis. It is. Were you in that room when we were reading Daniel 9, 24, 27?
No, this kind of sounds like a Simon take.
No. Actually, no. It was Lou who brought it up, and I read it in the Catholic Bible, in the Orthodox Bible, in the Protestant Bible, and then I compared it to the Tanakh, and it was a complete. I mean, like 40% different, which is very relevant, you know. And then we were even realizing, or I was realizing, you know, it's like, well, the way that the Bible uses the capital letters to refer to God, in many of the cases, the Tanakh, which is, I mean, I have the English version, the Art Scroll, and it does use as well capital letters when it refers to God. However, in not always they agree on what they're calling God and what not. And I found that a little bit confusing and disturbing, because it's like, so we are being, in a way, influenced in believing that some of these things are referring to God when they aren't in the original texts. It was very mind-blowing to me. And just even the use of capital letters, it's already propaganda.
All the scripture is doing, and all of these sacred texts are doing, are trying to get you to wake up to the truth, which is, each one of us is the statement, I am. You are an extension of the universe, Literally hundreds of millions of years.
One says that, and I agree with it. Anyway, I thought it was very interesting, and now this has sent me into a rabbit hole
Mhm.
that I want to discuss this weekend with someone at the church that I am going here in Zurich. Well, not that I am going, but that I have gone to a few weekends in the last couple of months.
Do you know what?
Find also how
Do you know what?
do
Pal.
you call the priest? Just a question. How do you call the priest from the Orthodox Church?
You call them daddy.
Oh, seriously. Well, whatever. I want to bring these questions to them, so I want to understand.
Okay, you want to hear a Halloween poem, Issa?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, this is called the Hymn to Apollo. This is a meditation. God of the golden face and fiery forehead, Lord of the lion's house of strength, exalted in the ram's horns, O ruler of the vaulted heavenly hollow, send out thy rays majestic, and the torrid light of thy song, thy countenance most splendid, bend to the suppliant on his face extended. Hear me, Apollo! Let thy fierce fingers sweep the lyre forgotten. Recall the ancient glory of thy chanted music that thrilled the hearts of men and haunted life to adore thee. Cleanse thou our marketplaces misbegotten. Fire in my heart and music to my paean. Lend that my song bow past the empyrean. Phoebus before thee. All the old worship in this land is broken, yet on my altar burns the ancient censer. Frankincense, saffron, galbanum, intenser. Ornaments glisten. Robes of thy color bind me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thine image holds its God-appointed station. Lycian, listen! My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, as thy long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo!
How is that on Halloween?
Why, you don't believe in spooks?
Have you guys read or watched that video where the guys are going with a Tesla in a cemetery and they see like the screen of the Tesla first can see the people or can see people that are not there. Have you guys watched that?
Mm-mm.
So these are guys driving a Tesla through a cemetery, and you know the screen that you have in the Tesla?
Man, Issa, you're so gullible. Can't you take a fucking joke?
I don't know.
Come on, Issa, they're just doing video. They're filmmakers putting out a video to trick you.
I don't know, but I want to.
I don't know. Come on, I don't believe in no ghosts. Oh, you haven't seen Ghostbusters?
Yeah. Rick, I hated that our conversation was interrupted the other day. Because I felt like we were getting somewhere, or at least I was trying to get somewhere. And I don't know if you were following, but
Yeah, I talked to Simon a little bit after he was telling me a little bit more about it, but I still didn't fully understand both sides.
well, I guess that what I was trying to get is, hello, can you talk to me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, it's just that I ran out of battery from one of the ears, and I just wanted to see which one. So
Well, they dressed really slutty. I was actually like, it was very distasteful, in my opinion. I was kind of
Welcome back,
I was
John
kind of like,
Kitover.
I'm back.
Kitover.
So Abby, I hate to interrupt your fascinating conversation with Mr. Rudolph, but good news, my mother's coming to town. She's flying in. She'll be here in 5 hours, and I'm gonna bring her live on Clown House. She wants to join us on Clown every morning. She wants to drink coffee, smoke weed, and yell at you all like me. I'm gonna record her and put her live on YouTube, and she's gonna be the next big new thing on Clown House.
Man, can't wait. What's your mom's name?
Jeannie.
Hi, Miss Jeannie.
how old is Jeannie?
Jeannie is approaching. Let's see here, 56. So 44 plus 25, 16. Yeah, she's gonna be 70 in December.
Oh my goodness, that is.
Wait, hold on. Alpha, would you go on a date with Congressman? Because I think that'd be a good match.
Oh, well, I am currently spoken for, so.
Oh, okay.
Well, currently, but in the future, if you weren't spoken for.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, I'm dating right now a 24-year-old nurse. She's biracial. She's not a liberal. She's a hardcore leftist, and she calls me her lover. So
Oh, that's cute.
I've got some love in my life again.
That's right.
Cupid flew by and shot us with an arrow and said, "Thou shalt transcend thy political positions for the sake of love."
That's so cute.
Love. Do you want to hear a love poem?
Did you write it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, are you for or against Rudolph doxing Rabbi?
I'm not doxing anyone.
With all due respect, David, I prefer not to comment on that question. The only thing that is eternal is love. This love is the beloved and the lover. You are not to make any efforts in this relationship. When you are in front of your beloved, this beloved will not ask you to make any effort. This beloved will take care of you, and whatever she does, you will accept it. At that time, you will not think what is going on, because in love, there is no dialogue. In love, there is no dialogue, no question, no answer. Simply both are quiet. Quiet. You are quiet, and your beloved is quiet, and something great is about to happen now. You have to wait. When you don't make any separation between the beloved and the lover, you have found the secret that you have never been separated from anything. This is all you have to do. Did you get this secret?
Rabbi, while you're reading things, could you read another thing for us?
My name is John. Rabbi McDickerson, the shawarma goat milking motherfucker, is not here, aka Randy.
You're gonna be. Well, no, but can you be Rabbi for us? Like, cause.
Sorry, Rudolph. Listen, Red Nose, my name is John, candidate Kitover. You may address me as candidate. Oh, Rudolph, I got a great clip for you. I have Marshall Rankin yesterday admitting that he is a communist and a socialist to a room full of communist socialists.
Holy shit.
Okay, I actually do want to listen to this. Go ahead.
Yeah, this one's fucking crazy. I'm sitting there doing yoga. Rankin is running his mouth, And I'm like, oh, I gotta clip this one. This motherfucker's got to get clipped on this one. Couldn't believe it. He is such a fucking F word.
A total F word.
A friend?
No. Like a bundle of sticks.
You use fragile?
Listen.
They call me a socialist. A bundle of sticks is a faggot. Yeah, well, that's because you control the music production. That's one. Where did you say you were, Marshall? I was in a more Republican-leaning room, and the person that was there said that I was a socialist. Because I hang out in these rooms with all of these wonderful people. Guilty by association, Marshall.
They kicked me. Unbelievable.
He's from Liberia.
Does he have his green card, or was he focused on the...
Brother, the reason why it's a good point. The reason why it's a good point is because we're all gonna have difference of an opinion on how it's interpreted. So now,
yes, he was a magician. I mean, if you don't understand his works, he's a magician. If you see something you've never seen, if I show you a coin and make it disappear in front of your face, what does that make me? Does it make me a magician?
Yeah, man, magic is just a higher technique of science that people don't understand. That's
Exactly.
my view.
If I take someone, most people who have a common cold, let's say, or who have leprosy, die of leprosy because there's no cure for leprosy. Then I find a drug, I invent a drug that cures leprosy. And I now, using science, and I now use it to cure someone who has leprosy. I'm now a magician. If I find a cure for cancer, I'm now a magician. Doctors are magicians. If someone is able to walk on water, that is magic. Especially if you do it by faith. It must be magic. So if you heal the blind, because most people can't heal the blind because they don't
Music is also magic.
You have interesting things to say, but you always have to do the other room.
Well, music is magic.
I'm not gonna kick you out. I'm gonna move you down. I hate moving people down because people abuse it, and I don't like abusing my mom much.
Well, you're a fascist for Allah. You're a fascist censor. That's all you are. You're nothing special.
No, I'm not trying to censor you, brother. I just when you are in a.
Well, brother, you're a speaker for Allah. Allah speaks with you, and you are carrying out His divine commandment by being a fascist censor green bean. That's your choice. You choose it. It's a you problem, sir. You're not a prophet. You're a troll. Look at your disgusting PTR.
Sorry. See, now other people have left the room.
Oh no. Chaka knows.
Why do you need to argue with me? Join the conversation. Listen to
That was me joining the conversation. You just don't like me joining the conversation the way I want to join the conversation.
I don't know, man.
I know you don't know. I know you don't know.
Usually, thinking is rather self-centered. In our everyday life, our thinking is 99% self-centered. Why do I have suffering? Why do I have trouble? This kind of thinking is 99% of our thinking. For example, when we start to study science or read a difficult sutra, we very soon become sleepy or drowsy. But we are always wide awake and very much interested in our self-centered thinking. But if enlightenment comes first, before thinking, before practice, your thinking and your practice will not be self-centered. By enlightenment, I mean believing in nothing, believing in something which has no form or no color, which is ready to take form or color. This enlightenment is the immutable truth. It is on this original truth that our activity, our thinking, and our practice should be based. Original Buddhism. Walking, standing, sitting, and lying down are the 4 activities or ways of behavior in Buddhism. Zazen is not one of the 4 ways of behavior.
Son of
And
a
according to
faggot!
Dogen Zenji, the Soto school is not one of the many schools of Buddhism. The Chinese Soto school may be one of the many schools of Buddhism, but according to Dogen, his way was not one of the many schools. If this is so, you may ask why we put emphasis on the sitting posture, or why we put emphasis on having a teacher. The reason is because Zazen is not just one of the 4 ways of behavior. Zazen is a practice which contains innumerable activities. Zazen started even before Buddha and will continue forever. So this sitting posture cannot be compared to the other 4 activities. Usually people put emphasis on some particular position or on some particular understanding of Buddhism, and they think, this is Buddhism. But we cannot compare our way with the practices people normally understand. Our teaching cannot be compared to other teachings of Buddhism. This is why we should have a teacher who does not attach to any particular understanding of Buddhism. The original teaching of Buddha includes all the various schools. As Buddhists, our traditional effort should be like Buddha's. We should not attach to any particular school or doctrine. But usually, if we have no teacher, and if we take pride in our own understanding, we will lose the original characteristic of Buddha's teaching, which includes all the various teachings. Because Buddha was the founder of the teaching, people tentatively called his teaching Buddhism. But actually, Buddhism is not some particular teaching. Buddhism is just truth, which includes various truths in it. Zazen practice is the practice which includes the various activities of life. So actually, we do not emphasize the sitting posture alone. How to sit is how to act. We study how to act by sitting, and this is the most basic activity for us. That is why we practice Zazen in this way. Even though we practice Zazen, we should not call ourselves the Zen school. We just practice Zazen, taking our example from Buddha. That is why we practice. Buddha taught us how to act through our practice. That is why we sit. To do something, to live in each moment, means to be the temporal activity of Buddha. To sit in this way is to be Buddha himself, to be as the historical Buddha was. The same thing applies to everything we do. Everything is Buddha's activity. So whatever you do, or even if you keep from doing something, Buddha is in that activity. Because people have no such understanding of Buddha, they think that what they do is the most important thing, without knowing who it is that is actually doing it. People think they are doing various things, but actually, Buddha is doing everything. Each one of us has his own name. But those names are the many names of one Buddha. Each one of us has many activities, but these activities are all Buddha's activities. Without knowing this, people put emphasis on some activity. When they put emphasis on Zazen, it is not true Zazen. It looks as if they are sitting in the same way as Buddha, but there is a big difference in their understanding of our practice. They understand this sitting posture as just one of the 4 basic postures of man, and they think, I now take this posture. But Zazen is all the postures, and each posture is Buddha's posture. This understanding is the right understanding of the Zazen posture. If you practice in this way, it is Buddhism. This is a very, very important point. So Dogen did not call himself a Soto teacher or a Soto disciple. He said, other people may call us the Soto school, but there is no reason for us to call ourselves Soto. You should not even use the name Soto. No school should consider itself a separate school. It should just be one tentative form of Buddhism. But as long as various schools do not accept this kind of understanding, as long as they continue calling themselves by their particular names, we must accept the tentative name of Soto. But I want to make this point clear. Actually, we are not the Soto school at all. We are just Buddhists. We are not even Zen Buddhists. We are just Buddhists. If we understand this point, we are truly Buddhists. Buddha's teaching is everywhere. Today it is raining. This is Buddha's teaching. People think their own way or their own religious understanding is Buddha's way without knowing what they are hearing or what they are doing or where they are. Religion is not any particular teaching. Religion is everywhere. We have to understand our teaching in this way. We should forget all about some particular teaching. We should not ask which is good or bad. There should not be any particular teaching. Teaching is in each moment, in every existence. That is the true teaching. Buddha's enlightenment. I am very glad to be here on the day Buddha attained enlightenment under the Bo tree. When he attained enlightenment under the Bo tree, he said, "It is wonderful to see Buddha nature in everything and in each individual." What he meant was that when we practice Zazen, we have Buddha nature, and each of us is Buddha himself. By practice, he did not mean just to sit under the Bo tree or to sit in the cross-legged posture. It is true that this posture is the basic one or original way for us. But actually what Buddha meant was that mountains, trees, flowing water, flowers, and plants, everything as it is the way Buddha is. It means everything is taking Buddha's activity, each thing in its own way. But the way each thing exists is not to be understood by itself in its own realm of consciousness. What we see or what we hear is just a part or a limited idea of what we actually are. But when we just are, each just existing in his own way, we are expressing Buddha himself. In other words, when we practice something such as Zazen, then there is Buddha's way or Buddha nature. When we ask what Buddha nature is, it vanishes. But when we just practice Zazen, we have full understanding of it. The only way to understand Buddha nature is just to practice Zazen, just to be here as we are. So what Buddha meant by Buddha nature was to be there as he was, beyond the realm of consciousness. Buddha nature is our original nature. We have it before we practice Zazen and before we acknowledge it in terms of consciousness. So in this sense, whatever we do is Buddha's activity. If you want to understand it, you cannot understand it. When you give up trying to understand it, true understanding is always there. Usually after Zazen, I give a talk. But the reason people come is not just to listen to my talk, but to practice Zazen. We should never forget this point. The reason I talk is to encourage you to practice Zazen in Buddha's way. So we say that although you have Buddha nature, if you are under the idea of doing or not doing Zazen, or if you cannot admit that you are Buddha, then you understand neither Buddha nature nor Zazen. But when you practice Zazen in the same way as Buddha did, you will understand what our way is. We do not talk so much, but through our activity, we communicate with each other, intentionally or unintentionally. We should always be alert enough to communicate with or without words. If this point is lost, we will lose the most important point of Buddhism. Wherever we go, we should not lose this way of life. That is called being Buddha, or being the boss. Wherever you go, you should be the master of your surroundings. This means you should not lose your way. So this is called Buddha, because if you exist in this way always, you are Buddha himself. Without trying to be Buddha, you are Buddha. This is how we attain enlightenment. To attain enlightenment is to be always with Buddha. By repeating the same thing over and over, we will acquire this kind of understanding. But if you lose this point and take pride in your attainment or become discouraged because of your idealistic effort, your practice will confine you by a thick wall. We should not confine ourselves by a self-built wall. So when Zazen time comes, just to get up, to go and sit with your teacher, and to talk to him, and listen to him, and then go home again. All these procedures are our practice. In this way, without any idea of attainment, you are always Buddha. This is true practice of Zazen. Then you may understand the true meaning of Buddha's first statement. See Buddha nature in various beings and in every one of us. Epilogue. Zen mind. Here in America, we cannot define Zen Buddhists the same way we do in Japan. American students are not priests and yet not completely laymen. I understand it this way. That you are not priests is an easy matter, but that you are not exactly laymen is more difficult. I think you are special people and want some special practice that is not exactly priest practice and not exactly layman's practice. You are on your way to discovering some appropriate way of life. I think that is our Zen community, our group. But we must also know what our undivided original way is and what Dogen's practice is. Dogen Zenji said that some may attain enlightenment and some may not. This is a point I am very much interested in. Although we all have the same fundamental practice which we carry out in the same way, some may attain enlightenment and some may not. It means that even if we have no experience of enlightenment, if we sit in the proper way with the right attitude and understanding of practice, then that is Zen. The main point is to practice seriously, and the important attitude is to understand and have confidence in big mind. We say big mind or small mind or Buddha mind or Zen mind, and these words mean something, you know, but something we cannot and should not try to understand in terms of experience. We talk about enlightenment experience, but it is not some experience we will have in terms of good or bad, time or space, past or future. It is experience or consciousness beyond those distinctions or feelings. So we should not ask, what is enlightenment experience? That kind of question means you do not know what Zen experience is. Enlightenment cannot be asked for in your ordinary way of thinking. When you are not involved in this way of thinking, you have some chance of understanding what Zen experience is. The big mind in which we must have confidence is not something which you can experience objectively. It is something which is always with you, always on your side. Your eyes are on your side, for you cannot see your eyes, and your eyes cannot see themselves. Eyes only see things outside, objective things. If you reflect on yourself, that self is not your true self anymore. You cannot project yourself as some objective thing to think about. The mind which is always on your side is not just your mind, it is universal mind. Always the same, not different from another's mind. It is Zen mind. It is big, big mind. This mind is whatever you see. Your true mind is always with whatever you see. Although you do not know your own mind, it is there. At the very moment you see something, it is there. This is very interesting. Your mind is always with the things you observe. So you see, this mind is at the same time everything. True mind is watching mind. You cannot say, this is myself, my small mind, or my limited mind, and that is big mind. That is limiting yourself, restricting your true mind, objectifying your mind. Bodhidharma said, in order to see a fish, you must watch the water. Actually, when you see water, you see the true fish. Before you see Buddha nature, you watch your mind. When you see the water, there is true nature. True nature is watching water. When you say, my zazen is very poor, here you have true nature, but foolishly you do not realize it. You ignore it on purpose. There is immense importance in the eye with which you watch your mind. That eye is not the big eye. It is the eye which is incessantly active, always swimming, always flying through the vast air with wings. By wings, I mean thought and activity. The vast sky is home, my home. There is no bird or air. When the fish swims, water and fish are the fish. There's nothing but fish. Do you understand? You cannot find Buddha nature by vivisection. Reality cannot be caught by thinking or feeling mind. Moment after moment, to watch your breathing, to watch your posture, is true nature. There's no secret beyond this point. We Buddhists do not have any idea of material only, or mind only, or the products of our mind, or mind as an attribute of being. What we are always talking about is that mind and body, mind and material are always one. But if you listen carelessly, it sounds as if we are talking about some attribute of being, or about material or spiritual. That would be a version of it, maybe. But actually, we are pointing out mind, which is always on this side, which is true mind. Enlightenment experience is to figure out, to understand, to realize this mind, which is always with us, and which we cannot see. Do you understand? If you try to attain enlightenment as if you see a bright star in the sky, it will be beautiful, and you may think, this is enlightenment. That is not enlightenment. That understanding is literally heresy. Even though you do not know it, in that understanding you have the idea of material only. Dozens of your enlightenment experiences are like that. Some material only, some object of your mind, as if through good practice you have found that bright star.
160 million.
That is the idea of self and object. It is not the way to seek for enlightenment. Zen school is based on our actual nature, on our true mind as expressed and realized in practice. Zen does not depend on a particular teaching, nor does it substitute teaching for practice. We practice Zazen to express our true nature, not to attain enlightenment. Bodhidharma's Buddhism is to be practice, to be enlightenment. At first, this may be a kind of belief, but later it is something the student feels or already has. Physical practice and rules are not so easy to understand, maybe especially for Americans. You have an idea of freedom which concentrates on physical freedom, on freedom of activity. This idea causes you some mental suffering and loss of freedom. You think you want to limit your thinking. You think some of your thinking is unnecessary, or painful, or entangling, but you do not think you want to limit your physical activity. For this reason, Hyakujo established the rules and way of Zen life in China. He was interested in expressing and transmitting the freedom of true mind. Zen mind is transmitted in our Zen way of life based on Hyakujo's rules. I think we naturally need some way of life as a group and as Zen students in America. And as Hyakujo established our way of monastic life in China, I think we must establish an American way of Zen life. I'm not saying this jokingly, I'm pretty serious. But I do not want to be too serious. If we become too serious, we will lose our way. If we are playing games, we will lose our way. Little by little, with patience and endurance, we must find the way for ourselves, find out how to live with ourselves and with each other. In this way, we will find out our precepts. If we practice hard, concentrate on Zazen, and organize our life so that we can sit well, we will find out what we are doing. But you have to be careful in the rules and way you establish. If it's too strict, you will fail. If it is too loose, the rules will not work. Our way should be strict enough to have authority. An authority everyone should obey. The rules should be possible to observe. This is how Zen tradition was built up, decided, little by little, created by us in our practice. We cannot force anything. But once the rules have been decided, we should obey them completely until they are changed. It is not a matter of good or bad, convenient or inconvenient. You just do it without question. That way your mind is free. The important thing is to obey your rules without discrimination. This way you will know the pure Zen mind. To have our own way of life means to encourage people to have a more spiritual and adequate way of life as human beings. And I think one day you will have your own practice in America. The only way to study pure mind is through practice. Our inmost nature wants some medium, some way to express and realize itself. We answer this inmost request through our rules, and patriarch after patriarch shows us his true mind. In this way, we will have an accurate, deep understanding of practice. We must have more experience of our practice. At least we must have some enlightenment experience. You must put confidence in the big mind which is always with you. You should be able to appreciate things as an expression of big mind. This is more than faith. This is ultimate truth which you cannot reject. Whether it is difficult or easy to practice, difficult or easy to understand, you can only practice it. Priest or layman is not the point. To find yourself as someone who is doing something is the point. To resume your actual being in practice. To resume the you which is always with everything, with Buddha, which is fully supported by everything, right now. You may say it is impossible, but it is possible. Even in one moment you can do it. It is possible this moment. It is this moment. That you can do it in this moment means you can always do it. So if you have this confidence, this is your enlightenment experience. If you have this strong confidence in your big mind, you are already a Buddhist in the true sense, even though you do not attain enlightenment. That is why Dogen Zenji said, do not expect that all who practice Zazen will attain enlightenment about this mind which is always with us. He meant, if you think that big mind is somewhere outside yourself, outside of your practice, then that is a mistake. Big mind is always with us. That is why I repeat the same thing over and over when I think you do not understand. Zen is not just for the man who can fold his legs or who has great spiritual ability. Everyone has Buddha nature. We each must find some way to realize our true nature. The purpose of practice is to have direct experience of the Buddha nature, which everyone has. Whatever you do should be the direct experience of Buddha nature.
It has an origin, not an even beginning origin, right? Except for this one thing that fits me, that I'm going to put a stop in the regret.
Which is what the objectivists are doing as well. In the case of the theist, it's just like, okay, everything.
Someday you will. Someday, someone will understand. I will wait for the island I was told is moving slowly up the coast from Los Angeles to Seattle. I feel Americans, especially young Americans, have a great opportunity to find out the true way of life for human beings. You are quite free from material things, and you begin Zen practice with a very pure mind, a beginner's mind. You can understand Buddha's teaching exactly as he meant it. But we must not be attached to America, or Buddhism, or even to our practice. We must have beginner's mind, free from possessing anything, a mind that knows everything is in flowing change. Nothing exists, but momentarily, in its present form and color. One thing flows into another, and cannot be grasped. Before the rain stops, we hear a bird. Even under the heavy snow, we see snowdrops and some new growth. In the east, I saw rhubarb already. In Japan, in the spring, we eat cucumbers.
Audio Literature presents Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, read by Peter Coyote.
Beginner's mind. People say that practicing Zen is difficult, but there's a misunderstanding as to why. It's not difficult because it is hard to sit in the cross-legged position or to attain enlightenment. It is difficult because it is hard to keep our mind pure and our practice pure in its fundamental sense. The Zen school developed in many ways after it was established in China, but at the same time it became more and more impure. But I do not want to talk about Chinese Zen or the history of Zen. I'm interested in helping you keep your practice from becoming impure. In Japan we have the phrase shoshin, which means beginner's mind. The goal of practice is always to keep our beginner's mind. Suppose you recite the Prajnaparamita Sutra only once. It might be a very good recitation. But what would happen to you if you recited it twice, 3 times, 4 times, or more? You might easily lose your original attitude towards it. The same thing will happen in your other Zen practices. For a while, you will keep your beginner's mind. But if you continue to practice 1, 2, 3 years or more, although you may improve some, you're liable to lose the limitless meaning of original mind. For Zen students, the most important thing is not to be dualistic. Our original mind includes everything within itself. It is always rich and sufficient within itself. You should not lose your self-sufficient state of mind. This does not mean a closed mind, but actually an empty mind and a ready mind. If your mind is empty, it is always ready for anything. It is open to everything. In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few. If you discriminate too much, you limit yourself. If you are too demanding or too greedy, your mind is not rich and self-sufficient. If we lose our original self-sufficient mind, we will lose all precepts. When your mind becomes demanding, when you long for something, you will end up violating your own precepts. Not to tell lies, not to steal, not to kill, not to be immoral, and so forth. If you keep your original mind, precepts will keep themselves. In the beginner's mind, there is no thought, I have attained something. All self-centered thoughts limit our vast mind. When we have no thought of achievement, no thought of self, we are true beginners. Then we can really learn something. The beginner's mind is the mind of compassion. When our mind is compassionate, it is boundless. Dogen Zenji, the founder of our school, always emphasized how important it is to resume our boundless original mind. Then we are always true to ourselves, in sympathy with all beings, and can actually practice. So, the most difficult thing is always to keep your beginner's mind. There's no need to have a deep understanding of Zen. Even though you read much Zen literature, you must read each sentence with a fresh mind. You should not say, I know what Zen is, or I have attained enlightenment. This is also the real secret of the arts. Always be a beginner. Be very, very careful about this point. If you start to practice Zazen, you will begin to appreciate your beginner's mind. It is the secret of Zen practice. Right practice, posture. Now I would like to talk about our Zazen posture. When you sit in the full lotus position, your left foot is on your right thigh, and your right foot is on your left thigh. When we cross our legs like this, even though we have a right leg and a left leg, they have become one. The position expresses the oneness of duality, not two and not one. This is the most important teaching, not two and not one. Our body and mind are not two and not one. If you think your body and mind are two, that is wrong. If you think that they are one, that is also wrong. Our body body and mind are both two and one. We usually think that if something is not one, it is more than one. If it is not singular, it is plural, but in actual experience, our life is not only plural, but also singular. Each one of us is both dependent and independent. After some years, we will die. If we just think that it is the end of our life, this will be the wrong understanding.
I got respect for Eric, but I don't have to respect anybody's fucking God, bro.
That's a fact.
Yeah, Mike, you know what? Hey, Mike, you know what Christians do? Hey, Mike, they don't respect that. And you know what God would say? God would respect you for being honest. That's right. Niggas would respect you for being honest. Christians would. That's the respect the theocracy. And Mike, that's the irony, fam. You're saying that people respect the theocracy. But he wouldn't respect the theocracy.
Hold on. Y'all don't think God got a sense of humor?
He does.
Reality. That's fine. Let's just admit that point. Okay? Once we have some kind of hard evidence, measurable, something that we can perceive.
But this is the thing, Andre. I was not trying to have a discussion with him about the existence of God. I was trying to have a conversation with him in the method to approach the question of God.
Yes,
and so
that's what
I can agree with him that there is no evidence, nothing that you can prove that God exists. I'm fine with it. I'm not trying to convince him.
And we've been sharing it, It's unfortunately that, there's a lot of people that are not on this app, this reality. And for those that have been on this app, we like prophets at this point, the way we've been sharing the information and telling people what it is. And now we're here. And this is why I tell people collective.
Listen, I like that lesson. Hold on, Muti.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, Muti. Give me 1 second. So, Smiler, why can't you understand that as being a lesson? Like, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Like, those things can be forgiven. Why is this such a big deal? Like,
Well, I don't know. Big deal. I'm not saying it's a big deal.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on.
I can't put him down.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
So my newer thing, I guess, is I'm really trying to hold the feet to the fire to where these things are coming from, because at least when I've searched
Hi, Nura Bandura, aka Scarface. Welcome to the show, Bandura. Where is your dear Diego? Is he still held so fondly in your heart, even though he hath ghosted thee?
He hasn't ghosted me.
He has ghosted you. Where is your man? Oh man, my man, oh man, where are thee? Diego!
There is no Diego.
I love you!
I do love him. I'm very sad that my face got cut open. I don't want him to look at a
The purpose of these rules is not to make everyone the same, but to allow each to express his own self most freely.
Alright, well, this is a meditation room. Welcome. I hope you're prepared to do some work, because meditation isn't just free. Sometimes you gotta work for it.
Will it help my face get better? Does it hurt?
It should.
Okay.
Allahu Akbar! Allah, 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 Allahu Akbar. Bismillah. Okay, we just got kicked from a room.
I saw the Quran room.
Person. You don't give a fuck. I want to run through everybody. You got.
Sorry, we haven't gotten to the meditation course yet. This is just a warm up.
You know, my face is still numb and I can't feel it.
Interesting.
Like if I scratch like my face, I can't feel my nails there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll come back. It just takes time.
I don't know. It's been over a month.
It could take 3 months. I hurt my knee once. It took me like a fucking year for the knee to feel normal again.
Yeah. Do you have any meditation where I can go back in time?
We can check. I think we just finished love. Oh, suffering might be right up your alley. Yeah.
It would have been better if it like severed my jugular vein. Ouch.
Well, see, this is where this experience can bring you closer to joy, aka God. And you wouldn't say things like that because you'd be happy, Nora. You wouldn't be depressed. That's a depressed statement you just made. So I hope to turn it around for you. Plus, maybe you'll get to talk to my mom later. Or this whole week. Because Mama coming home. Mommy's home!
Nice. Are you renting one of your rooms?
No, she's going to stay in one of the rooms, yeah.
And I was going to ask for me.
Huh?
I was asking for myself.
No, you can't rent one of my rooms, unfortunately.
Oh.
Probably don't have enough money.
Don't.
Call Daddy Diego. If Diego pays for it, sure, you can come on by. Is that Chris? Do we have to send him in here? Okay, this is your 3-minute meditation on suffering, so it can bring you joy.
Okay.
So take the deepest breath of the day. Hold it for 10 seconds. This is your ASMR NLP hypnosis reprogramming by candidate Congressman John Kitover. Suffering is a sign that you're out of touch with the truth. Suffering is given to you that you might open your eyes to the truth, that you might understand that there's falsehood somewhere, just as physical pain is given to you so you will understand that there is disease or illness somewhere. Suffering points out that there is falsehood somewhere. Suffering occurs when you clash with reality, when your illusions clash with reality, when your falsehoods clash with the truth. Then you have suffering. Otherwise, there is no suffering. If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to man as if it was infinite. For man has closed himself up till he sees all things through narrow chinks of his cavern. If peace comes from seeing the whole, then misery stems from a loss of perspective. We begin so aware and grateful. The sun somehow hangs there in the sky. The little bird sings. The miracle of life just happens. Then we stub our toe, cut our face, and in that moment of pain, the whole world is reduced to our poor little cut face, or poor little toe. Now for a day or two it is difficult to walk, difficult to feel your face. With every step we are reminded of our poor little toe, or our poor cut little face. Our vigilance becomes which defines our day. The pinch we feel in walking on a bruised toe or a cut face, or the miracle still happening. It is the giving over to smallness that opens us to misery. In truth, we begin taking nothing for granted, grateful that we have enough to eat, that we are well enough to eat. But somehow, through the living of our days, our focus narrows like a camera that shutters down, cropping out the horizon. And one day we're miffed at a dinner because the eggs are runny, or the hash isn't seasoned the way we like it. When we narrow our focus, the problem seems everything. We forget when we are lonely, we were lonely, dreaming of a partner. We forget first beholding the beauty of another. We forget the comfort of first being seen and held and heard. When our view shuts down, we're up in the night, annoyed by the way our lover pulls the covers or leaves the dishes in the sink without soaking them first. In actuality, misery is a moment of suffering, allowed to become everything. So when feeling miserable, we must look wider than what hurts. When feeling a splinter or a cut, we must, while trying to remove it, remember there is a body that is not splinter, not cut, and a spirit that is not splinter or cut, and a world that is not splinter or cut. That's pretty good therapy. I'll send you a bill in the mail for $1,000.
Okay, thank you.
Before you embark on a journey of revenge, Nora, dig 2 graves. Ooh, I'll send you another bill for $1,000 for that one. That was a good one. Om. This has been your meditation on healing and peace. This should have solved your suffering, Nora. What do you think? What did I say to you? Can you repeat back to me what I said? Tell me what you think it meant.
Look at the big picture. Don't cut out the horizon of the sun. See all of it. Don't focus on your toe or your cut face. Focus on all your blessings. If you focus on it, you won't be depressed.
Well, the miracle is life. The chances of you breathing and talking and being are 1 in trillions, quadrillions, sextillions, gazillions, you know? So, though your face may be cut and that's all you can think about, there's a whole world of awareness beyond your suffering that you should try to, think about and live in and be. Otherwise, it wasn't just the cut to your face, it was a cut to your soul. But your soul is unblemished, unharmed, radiant, beautiful, powerful. Focus on that. or just know that it's there in the background. Do you want to read anything? It helps make you feel better, I know that.
Honestly, it's difficult to read. Like, even when I speak, it's difficult because it stitched me so tightly.
Well, then just listen. I'll read you one more. But you can breathe, right?
Yeah.
So take the deepest breath of the day. That's my magic shaman, Peruvian seed noisemaker. Not to be able to stop thinking is a dreadful affliction. But we don't realize this because almost everybody is suffering from it. So it is considered normal. This incessant mental noise prevents you from finding that realm of inner stillness that is inseparable from being. Om. The tragedy of an attachment is that if its object is not attained, it causes unhappiness. But if it is attained, it does not cause happiness. It merely causes a flash of pleasure, followed by weariness, and it is always accompanied, of course, by the anxiety that you may lose the object of your attachment. Om. The death of the body, mind, is only the ending of the illusion of a journey in time. The awakening to unconditional love is immediate. We are enveloped in our original nature, regardless of anything that apparently happened. When the body, mind, is dropped, there is no intermediary process of preparation or purification. How can there be? Who was there? All ideas of a personal afterlife or reincarnation are merely the mind wishing to preserve the illusion of its continuity. The story is over. The divine novel has been written, and regardless of how the mind might judge, not one iota could have been different. The scenery evaporates, and the characters have left the stage. Their apparent existence begins and ends with the dream that has been played out. For we are the ocean and the waves, the darkness and the light. Om, many have died, you also will die. The drum of death is being beaten. The world has fallen in love with a dream. Only sayings of the wise will remain. Om, the reason why everyone wants to avoid death is because eternity is our real nature. Death is not to be feared because it is an enjoyable and happy occasion, and it only hurts one who has anger, greed, attraction, and aversion. Death only comes to an active mind. Even the gods must face death. All die, but there is no grief, because the indweller lives. Death is only the five elements returning to themselves. Om. The essence of wave, ocean, and raindrop is still water. Nothing can be lost. When a raindrop touches the ocean, it becomes the ocean. So do not fear death, for nothing can ever be lost, and nothing can ever be gained. Death only takes those who have become something. Death only takes the body, the dress. Death is a foolish notion. Om. Look deeply into the idea that you are a separate entity, navigating as best you can, treading safely or adventurously to your eventual demise. Consider the possibility who you really are has never been a limited, finite being with a certain lifespan, here to live for a while, only to die. Om. Death is a stripping away of all that is not you. The secret of life is to die before you die, and find that there is no death. Om. Okay, that's your healing dialectic therapy for the day. How do you feel?
Thanks for fixing me. Appreciate it.
You have been fixed. Now live in peace all the rest of the years of your life. The Nura Bandura Upgraded Edition version 1.25683429789674321054. Congratulations, upgraded Nora. You have been healed and fixed of all your blemishes. Om. Can I get an om? Om is the sound of all sounds. Om is the sound of the universe. Om. Om is the sound of creation. Om is the sound of healing. Om. For certain is death for the born, and certain is birth for the dead. Therefore, over the inevitable, thou shouldst not grieve. Om. When this life force leaves the body, it will not seek permission from anything. It came spontaneously and will leave spontaneously. That is all that happens in what is called death. Death is the culmination of the experience I am. After the termination of the I amness, there is no experience of knowingness or not knowingness. Did you know prior to your birth? Similarly, after death this instrument is missing. Without the body, there is no experience. Eternity has no birth and no death, but a temporary state has a beginning and an end. Even when the consciousness goes, you prevail. You always are, as the absolute, as the consciousness. You are everything that comes into manifestation. Whatever is you. But when you fully understand the knowledge, I am, and all its manifestations, then you will understand that truth. Then you will understand that in truth, you are not that. You are the unlimited, which is not susceptible to the senses. Om. By limiting yourself to the body, you have closed yourself to the unlimited potential which you really are. Treat the body like a visitor or a guest, which has come and will go. You must know your position as a host very clearly while it is still here. And while it is here, you must also know what your position will be after it leaves. In spirituality, there is no question of doing, only observing and understanding. But if you try to understand spirituality through various concepts like birth and rebirth, you will get caught up in them in a vicious cycle. And once you are caught up in them, you are bound to have them. Out of concepts, the forms are created. Right now. Think of that last moment when the body will go. At that time, with what identity you are going to quit. When you become aware of your true nature, then at the end of your life, you will not be prepared to give even one paisa to extend your life. You will have lost all love for this manifested world, and you will not want even this consciousness for 5 minutes more. The vital breath leaves the body. The I amness recedes and goes to the absolute. That is the greatest moment, the moment of immortality. The I amness was there, the movement was there, and now it is extinguished. Being alive is never as an individual, but simply being part of the spontaneous manifestation, now that has subsided in death. The ignorant one will struggle and get frightened at the moment of death. Most reluctantly, he will give up the consciousness to a concept he has come to call time. But the Janani gives up the beingness to his own true nature. For him, it is the happiest of moments. Om. Om. Can I get an om? Can I get an om? Om. So there's 4 parts to the om. The first part is om, then the ah, then the and then finally silence. Om. Whatever you want your death to be, let first your life be exactly the same, because death is not separate from life. Death is not an end to this life, but only a change. Life continues, has continued, will always continue. But forms become useless, old, more a burden than a joy. Then it is better to give life a new, fresh form. Death is a blessing, it is not a curse. Om. Suppressing the fear of death makes it all the stronger. The point is only to know, beyond any shadow of doubt, that I and all other things now present will vanish, until this knowledge compels you to release them, to know it now as surely as if you had just fallen off the rim of the Grand Canyon. Om. Indeed, you were kicked off the edge of a precipice when you were born, and it is no help to cling to the rocks falling with you. If you are afraid of death, be afraid. The point is to get with it, to let it take over fear, ghosts, pains, transience, dissolution and all. And then comes the hitherto unbelievable surprise. You don't die because you were never born. You had just forgotten who you are. Om. Death The last sleep? No, it is the final awakening. Om. We rather cling to the known than face the unknown, the known being our loneliness, our sorrow, our embittered existence. And as we cannot face that thing called death, we invent all kinds of theories. In the East, reincarnation. Here, resurrection. Or whatever it is. Om. It was not born. It will never die. Nor once having been can it ever cease to be. Unborn, eternal, ever enduring, yet most ancient. The spirit dies not when the body is dead.
Whatever you want your death to be.
Can I get an om? Om. This is your enlightenment, Nora. This is, at this moment right now, you've lived your whole life up until this moment to just hear these words of meditation. Truthful words, unlike all the bullshit you've ever heard on this fucking app full of bullshit people. Om. Okay, we're almost finished with this meditation. Congratulations, it took you all of eternity to get here, Nora. You're always late to the party. Om. Life and death are two sides of the same coin. Without death, there is no life. What could be more natural than the physical death of something that is born to die? What could be more natural than the death of that which was never meant for eternal life? Om. Whoever finds the interpretation of these sayings will not experience death. Om. The body dies. This means what? It means only the thought I am. That concept has disappeared. Nothing has happened to the knower of the whole happening. So long as the basic concept I am is there, the conceptual element cannot disappear. It is the concept itself that has given various names to itself. But it is still the same concept. Before this concept of I am came on you, were you happy or unhappy? Was there even any feeling of happiness or unhappiness or any of the dualities? In the absence of the basic concept I am, there is no thought, no awareness, and no consciousness of one's existence. Om. It sometimes happens that one who is on a spiritual path, or even who has not yet begun consciously seeking, has a glimpse of realization during which for a brief eternity he experiences absolute certainty of his divine, immutable, universal self. Such an experience came to the Maharishi when he was a lad of 16. He himself has described it. It was about 6 weeks before I left Madurai for good that the great change in my life took place. It was quite sudden. I was sitting alone in a room on the first floor of my uncle's house. I seldom had any sickness, and on that day there was nothing wrong with my health, but a sudden violent fear of death overtook me. There was nothing in my state of health to account for it, and I did not try to account for it or to find out whether there was any reason for the fear. I just felt I am going to die, began thinking what to do about it. It did not occur to me to consult a doctor, or my elders or friends. I felt that I had to solve the problem myself, there and then. The shock of the fear of death drove my mind inwards, and I said to myself mentally, without actually framing the words, "Now death has come. What does it mean? What is that? What is it that is dying? The body dies." And I at once dramatized the occurrence of death. I lay with my limbs stretched out stiff, as though rigor mortis had set in, and imitated a corpse so as to give greater reality to the inquiry. I held my breath, kept my lips tightly closed so that no sound could escape, so that neither the word "I" nor any other word could be uttered. Well then, I said to myself, this body is dead. It will be carried stiff to the burning ground, and there burnt and reduced to ashes. What with the death of this body am I dead? Is the body I? Is it silent and inert, but I feel the full force of my personality and even the voice of the I within me, apart from it? It is the concept itself. So I am spirit, transcending the body. The body dies, but the spirit that transcends it cannot be touched by death. That means I am the deathless spirit. All this was not dull thought. It flashed through me vividly as living truth. Which I perceived directly, almost without thought process. I was something very real. The only thing real about my present state and all the conscious activity connected with my body was centered on that I. From that moment onwards, the I, or self, focused attention on itself by a powerful fascination. Fear of death had vanished once and for all. Absorption in the self continued unbroken from that time on. Can I get an Om? Can I get an Om? Numb with the lonely lust of devildom.
Or famine, or
Thrust the
nakedness,
sword
or peril,
through the galling fetter, all devourer, all begetter. Given me the sign of the open eye, and the token erect of thorny thigh, and the word of madness and mystery. O Pan, Eopan, 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 Pan, Pan, Pan. I am a man. Do as thou wilt, as a great God can. O Pan, Eopan, 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 Pan. I'm awake in the grip of the snake. The eagle slashes with beak and claw. The gods withdraw. The great beasts come, Eopan. I am born to death on the horn of the unicorn. I am Pan. Eopan. Pan. Pan, Pan. I am thy mate. I am thy man. Goat of the flock. I'm gold.
I am God, flesh to thy bone, flour to thy rod. With hoofs of steel I race on the rocks through solstice, stubborn to equinox, and I rave, and I rape, and I rip, and I rend, everlasting, world without end. Mannequin, maiden, man and man, in the minor pan, you pan, you pan, 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 you pan.
I'm about to banish you. Where is my...
Banishment ritual.
Like, I'm just... Yeah.
We got it in there. It's the Hymn to Pan poem by Crowley. The tragedy of an attachment is that if its object is not attained, it causes unhappiness. But if it is attained, it does not cause happiness. It merely causes a flash of pleasure, followed by weariness. And it is always accompanied, of course, by the anxiety that you may lose the object of your attachment. The death of the body, mind, is only the ending of the illusion of a journey in time. The awakening to unconditional
Nora Bandura, you're back for more?
What happened to the other room? I was on the phone and then it disappeared.
Oh, it showed you left, so I ended the room.
Oh, my apologies. I had to make a phone call. Are you happy for me? I'm gonna get confirmed in the Catholic Church.
Why don't you just read a book about it?
No, you have to, because you can't take the Eucharist unless you're
Oh,
confirmed.
really?
Yeah.
I've taken the Eucharist and I'm not confirmed.
John!
Oh no, I broke the rules.
No, the Catholic Church is just so amazing.
Well, I went to my friend's wedding who got married in Catholic Church and I took the Eucharist and so, you know, I've done it before. I mean, I used to go to Catholic school. I used to take the bread and, you know, but I didn't do the wine. I didn't, you know, kiss the priest's, you know, pee-pee. There's a lot of things you're going to have to do to get inside the club, just FYI. I hope you're prepared to obey all the rules. You could try, but, you know.
No, don't talk like that.
You're the one talking about kissing pee-pees.
No, you said it's on replay. What's it called? Were you not confirmed since your mom was a Catholic?
No, we moved and I went to a different school before I could do the process.
Oh. The Catholics are just so amazing.
Keep telling yourself that and you'll never wake yourself up. You are amazing. That's what you have to get in touch with, is that you yourself are a beautiful, special, wonderful person that doesn't need any correction or coursework or clubs or affirmation of your magnificence and your beauty. You're perfect just the way you are. All you gotta do, stop being a klutz. Stop walking through glass windows and shit. The fuck? Wake up.
It's so bad. It really is. But it's okay. Diego said he would prefer me with a line on my face than the elevator girl. Oh, I wish this didn't happen.
Yeah.
But no, the Catholic Church has helped. Like when I was in California for about a month.
Well, you know, you said you can't read a book, but yet you sure as hell can talk a lot about the Catholic Church. So I'm beginning to think that you might be full of shit.
No, I can read. It just hurts. It doesn't hurt. It's just tight. Because it's numb, but it's tight.
How tight is it?
I'm not talking about my vagina. Okay, let's...
Queef.
Stop. Okay, let's read something. Okay, let me see what book... You know what I have all around me? Stuff about Islam. this to you.
Go for it.
You ready? Are you ready, John?
Ready, go for it.
So this is from like a book about the Muslims. Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
Do you know who Fatima is?
Sorry, you either read or you don't read, but there's no questions in reading, you just read.
Okay. Fatima bint Muhammad. Fatima was the 5th child of Muhammad and Khadija. She was born at a time when her noble father had begun to spend long periods in the solitude of mountains around Mecca, meditating and reflecting on the great mysteries of creation. This was the time before Bida, when her eldest sister Zainab was married to her cousin Al-As ibn al-Rabi'a. Then followed the marriage of her 2 other sisters, Ruqayya and Kulthum, to the sons of Abu Lahab, a paternal uncle to the Prophet. Both Abu Lahab and his wife Jamil turned out to be flaming enemies of the Prophet from the very
Neither
beginning
the
of
word
his
I
public mission.
nor any other word could be uttered. Well then, I said to myself, this body is dead. It will be carried stiff to the burning ground, and there burnt and reduced to ashes. What with the death of this body am I dead? Is the body I? Is it silent and inert, but I feel the full force of my personality and even the voice of the I within me, apart from it? It is the concept itself. So I am spirit. I am. That concept has disappeared. Nothing has happened to the knower of the whole world. More a burden than a joy spontaneously, as it is an enjoyable and happy occasion from it. And me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thine image holds its God-appointed station. Listen, listen! My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, as thy long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo! Me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thine image holds its God-appointed station. Listen, listen! My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, as thy long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo! Me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thine image holds its God-appointed station. Listen, listen! My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, as thy long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo! Me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thine image holds its God-appointed station. Listen, listen!
My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, as thy long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo! Me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thine image holds its God-appointed station. Lycian, listen! My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, as thy long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo! Me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thine image holds its God-appointed station. Lycian, listen! My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, as thy long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo! Me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thine image holds its God-appointed station. Lycian, listen! My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, as thy long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo! Me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thine image holds its God-appointed station. Lycian, listen! My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, the long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo! Me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thine image holds its God-appointed station. Lycian, listen! My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, as thy long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo! Me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thine image holds its God-appointed station. Lycian, listen! My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, as thy long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo! Me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thine image holds its God-appointed station. Lycian, listen! My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, as thy long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo! Me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thine image holds its God-appointed station. Lycian, listen! My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, as thy long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo! Me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thine image holds its God-appointed station. Lycian, listen! My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, as thy long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo! Me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thy image holds its God-appointed station. Lycian, listen! My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, as thy long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo! Me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thine image holds its God-appointed station. Lycian, listen! My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, as thy long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo! Me for thy token. My voice is fuller in thine adoration. Thy image holds its God-appointed station. Listen, listen! My prayers are more eloquent than olden chants, long since grown numb on the soft, forgetful airs. My lips are loud to herald thee, my prayers keener to follow. I do aspire, as thy long sunbeam slants upon my crown. I do aspire to thee as no man yet. I am in ecstasy. Hear me, Apollo! For thy token, my voice is fuller in thine adoration. Lovely reading, Nora. Just simply lovely. Absolutely lovely. Beautiful. Wonderful.
Didn't hear any of it. I stopped it for a reason.
Yeah, but you feel better now that you read, right?
No, it was making my lips more numb. Tingling. I'll be back. Okay, Nora, this is part 2. I'm almost finished reading this book. Well, maybe I'm not really finished, but we're close. I skipped like the first 2 chapters or something. But this is the last chapter. Hope you like it. I hope you listen closely. It's called Just This, chapter 17. Excuse me. Excuse me. Where are my glasses? Oh, they're downstairs.
Is the sound of the universe. Om is the sound of love. Om. Okay, this is called just this. Om. All there is this perception. Perception is not owned by a someone or by a body, mind. Perception just is. All that is perceived is just appearing in perception. All appearances are simply perception, including the appearance of this body-mind or that chair. There is no separation. I am absolutely alone. There are no others. There is not even a character me. The character me is also a perception. Thoughts are perceived. Emotions are perceived. It is all perceived. What perceives is life itself. Life perceives the whole play. I am life, and as this, I am the play of whatever happens. Closed eyes, and there is only nothing. There is only sensation felt in nothing. This nothing is the emptiness in which everything happens. This nothing is alive. Open eyes, and there is a rush of perception. Nothing overflows as everything. Eyes closed or open. The fabric of life is alive. Nothingness. Om. So close, you can't see it. So deep, you can't fathom it. So simple, you can't believe it. So good, you can't accept it. Om. Since every wave in the ocean is made of the ocean itself, since it has the same substance as the ocean, pushing away a wave of yourself, a thought, a sensation, a feeling, a sound, numbing yourself to it, rejecting it, denying it, trying to escape it, is equivalent to pushing away the entire essence of the ocean. All there is this perception. Perception. Om. With the lonely lust of devildom, thrust the sword through the galling fetter, all devourer, all begetter, given me the sign of the open He's high.
And the word of madness and mystery. Oh, Pan, Eopan, 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 Pan, Pan, Pan. I am a man. Do as thou wilt, as a great God can. O Pan, Eopan, 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 Pan. I'm awake in the grip of the snake. The eagle slashes with beak and claw. The gods withdraw. The great beasts come, Eopan. I am born to death on the horn of the unicorn. I am Pan. Eopan. Pan. Pan, Pan. I am thy mate. I am thy man. Goat of the flock. I am gold. I am God. Flesh to thy bone. Flour to thy rod. With hoofs of steel I race on the rocks through solstice stubborn to equinox. And I rave! And I rape! And I rip! And I rend! Everlasting! World without end! Mannequin! Maiden! Man and man! In the might of Pan! Eopan! Eopan! Pan! Pan! Eopan!
I'm about to banish you. Where is my... Like, I'm just... Yeah.
We got it in there! Okay, this is part 2. Or part 4, however, depending you look at it. Even the smallest wave in essence is as vast as the ocean. There are no insignificant thoughts or feelings, no ordinary experiences, no moments unworthy of kind attention. All is consciousness, or if you prefer, all is God. Beyond all our limited and outdated ideas of what those words mean, even the smallest wave is sacred. Here in the vast open space that you are, as Jesus said, whatever you do unto the least of these, you do unto me. And perhaps he was talking about you. Earth and sky, woods and fields, lakes and rivers, the mountain and the sea are excellent schoolmasters and teach some of us more than we can ever learn from books. Self-shining presence, awareness is not the result of effort. There is no need to try to do something with the expectation that suddenly awareness will be there. Presence awareness is always here and now, whether it is recognized or seemingly lost. It is not something that can be created or destroyed. Conceptual thinking is like the cloud that seemingly blocks the sun. Being at ease in non-conceptual naturalness is presence awareness already here and now. Recognize again and again and again, and the knowing, it is always so constant, in spite of what? Appears and disappears. Self-knowing, self-shining, just this, nothing else. You do not have to wait for grace to take place. It has already taken place and is taking place in you. You have been given an interest in your true nature. That is the most valuable thing you could have been given. That is grace. Say yes to the gift you've been given and follow it. Om.
Is as vast as the ocean. There are no insignificant thoughts or feelings, no ordinary experiences, no moments unworthy.
I'm such a trickster, Nora. I'm pretty funny if you ask me. Okay, one more to go. And then it'll be the end of the show. Maybe two more if you're lucky. Okay, thanks for being here, Nora. Ben, you are in my Halloween meditation room. Health, wealth, love, peace of mind, happiness, and strength to you. Bravery, courage. It takes courage, Nora. It takes courage.
To rip your face open.
No, to heal yourself, to love yourself, to love. Because most people are running from love. That's what you're running from. You're running from love. The love of the beloved. You are the lover, but there is the beloved, which is God, and the beloved loves you, and you love the beloved. So you really don't have anything to worry about, Nora. That's what.
You know what my dad's tombstone says?
What?
Our beloved.
Beloved, you got the beloved on there.
Yeah.
See, this is why I don't take you seriously. You know.
Why?
Because you don't have any problems. You just come on here and do the woe is me, and you do.
No, I don't have any problems with it. Just I'm very self-conscious about my face now. It sucks.
Yeah, but with the right meditation, you're no longer conscious of your body. You're just pure spirit. So that's what this meditation is all about. It's healing. This is all dialectic therapy. I'm trying to make you smarter. Hello? Real friends share intelligence. You know? This is why the USA and Israel are real friends, because they share intelligence. But, you know, I'm trying to show you intelligence. I'm a teacher. You are the student. And God is the master. Okay,
So who do you believe God is?
Huh?
Who do you believe God is?
The number one. O-N-E. Oni. That's the real name of God, Oni.
Why Oni?
That spells one.
You sound Muslim. بس أوعية إن شافي تمام.
Okay, we're gonna call Jared real quick. Hey, Dr. Taffel.
What's up?
Yo, good news. My mother is flying in. She'll be here in 2 hours, and she's gonna drive with me to Springfield.
Oh, nice. Nice. So you'll be there this weekend?
Well, we're gonna go probably Sunday. So, well, I'm gonna have to spend the night with my mom. But after we tuck her in, we're going out, buddy.
Mean tonight?
It's Halloween, bro.
Yeah, dude. Let's do it.
Well, do you want to do dinner with me and my mom, or do you want to meet up after that?
Let's definitely meet up after. Let's play dinner by ear. I'll let you know by like 4 o'clock today.
Okay. Would you mind if we did Edison Park?
For Halloween?
I mean, I don't want to do Lincoln Park, and I don't want to do. I mean, I'm just saying that I'm being lazy, and I want to drag your ass out here. So after Edison Park, we could do the casino at Rivers, or we could go to Rosemont at Parkway Bank.
Or we can just come down to the city. Sometimes they have better parties, but yeah, I mean, we'll play it by ear.
Well, we didn't get tickets for anything, so.
Well, I did RSVP to that one on Posh.
Wait, where was that at again?
On Hubbard, like.
Oh
Hubbard.
yeah. Dude, that's where the shooting was, man. I mean.
Really? Oh, really?
I mean, you were with me, weren't you?
I don't think so.
Well, we're right outside a Boss Bar. We were there, and there was a shooting. A girl shot her boyfriend.
Oh shit. Then maybe we shouldn't go there.
It was me, Max, and Max's other friend. Anyways, Max's Bon Voyage, dude. He's gone. His dad picked him up and drove him home.
Shit.
Bye.
Yeah, I was all about, seeing him off. But,
I can't believe I wonder if he even, anyways, it's neither here nor there.
Did you see him before he left?
Yeah, weren't you with me? Didn't the three of us go out?
No, we were texting about it, but nothing happened.
Well, he came to see me, and then we went out for dinner in Edison Park, and then he broke the news to me. He's like, I got life-changing news. I got to share it with you. I'm like, what? He's like, I'm leaving Chicago. I was like, wow.
Who knew?
I think it's a good thing, because what's the difference, dude? He's just sitting in that apartment depressed. He needs, like, movement, He's not accomplishing anything out of there.
He seemed pretty down on his luck, though. It did seem like he was getting some chicks.
Yeah, I think even up until the last day, he took a chick out. Anyways,
wow.
All right, well, I'm making my mom take a taxi to my house because I don't want to have to pick her up. Because
she's your mom.
Dude,
you should pick her up.
Dude, she doesn't have a cell phone. So how the hell is she even going to tell me which vestibule she's at?
She doesn't have a cell phone?
No.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Does she live under a rock?
Fucking starved rock. I don't know. She's just she refuses. You know what I read? She wants to act like a baby. Like, pick me up, just be there. It's like, okay,
I bet she brought you like a whole bag full of supplements.
Yeah, she was actually saying things like that. I have extra curtains. Do you want me to bring the curtains? I'm like, no, I don't want the fucking curtains. Anyways, I got to deal with her for a week, but she's gonna drive with me. So, but also what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create I'm a filmmaker now. I'm gonna make a documentary. I'm gonna make a documentary.
You gotta be nice to her. She's the woman that gave birth to you.
I know. You know how I think I can solve a lot is just by, like, before she gets here, taking a vow of silence, and not talking so much, because the more I talk, the more she talks.
Yeah, that's true.
Just make it like an observational meditation. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, my mom wants to travel, and she's got a lot of money, and she wants to go to Italy, and she wants to tour. She wants to go to the whole world. I could go with her, but dude, I think it's kind of depressing to travel with your mother. But maybe I should stop thinking, and just enjoy life, because
Yeah. What would you guys share a hotel room?
Yeah, unfortunately, but maybe she would be cool. Maybe.
No, that's your mom. Like, she's gonna be gone soon, and you're a son.
I get that, but like, I'm a man. She's a woman. A woman. This is Nora Bandora. Anyways.
I heard a girl's voice.
Yeah, it's this chick Nora that I know. Her and I were reading poetry. But anyways, all right. Well, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you this evening.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.
Okay, bye.
I thought you were on Clubhouse. I didn't realize you were on the phone.
My bad.
You should definitely, like, spend time with your mom and enjoy and meet a girl with your mom that your mom approves of.
Well, the truth is, like, it's not about what my mom approves of. It's kind of just like she wants to hear herself talk, she wants to use the real world as, like, Clubhouse. And after a while...
Get her on Clubhouse.
I'm going to. Every morning I'm going to get her ass on here talking and yelling at people and drinking coffee.
Don't let her yell at me. Tell her this is, like, a girl who may have mental problems who also has an accident on her face now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can tell my mom anything you want, and she's gonna sit there and say,
John, I don't want to do this. I don't want to fucking talk to these retards and waste my morning when I could be enjoying my life peacefully.
Your dad? Are your parents not married?
No, my dad is remarried.
Oh, did he marry a Jewish woman?
Yep.
Wow. How long were your mom and dad together?
I don't know, a decade maybe. I'm not sure exactly.
So you have Jewish siblings, right?
Yeah, my sister converted, and I have cousins and uncles and aunts that are
No,
Jewish.
your mom and your dad and your mom. Your dad and your stepmom, I mean. Like, since she's Jewish, wouldn't they just be automatically Jewish?
No, he doesn't have kids with her.
Oh, okay.
No, they're both divorcees. They're older. My dad's turning 80.
Nice. Wow.
Yep. I hope he has 25 more years. That would be a miracle.
I think if my dad was alive, he would be 60. He died in 2016. He'd be 60. He was turning 53, but he died at 52.
In which everything...
Do you record yourself? Is that why you're hearing it?
Yeah, I was just looking at my YouTube channel from what we just read.
So your dad had you at 40, like 38, something like
Yep,
that?
there you go. Good math there. Good math.
Have y'all ever had tomatoes with Spanish cheese and green onions and olive oil and salt?
No.
Oh, they killed our ovaries and our testicles. His testicles, my ovaries.
You mean like economically?
No, they injected us with like stuff to destroy us.
Your uterus has been determined to be undesirable. What
Now you get to
uterus?
have unprotected sex.
Ooh, Connor is here. I have 2 clubhouse rooms open, by the way, Matt. Matt, are you ready for your magical poetry to unlock your true hidden self?
No.
That's exactly the answer we were looking for. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Hello?
We're here.
Sometimes I feel like I'm a parrot or something. I think I'm funny. That's all I'm saying.
Has your mom been on Clubhouse before?
No. But one time prior to Clubhouse, I was using this website called Tiny Chat, and I knew a bunch of like internet people who were internet advertisers and publishers and spammers and probably online criminals. And I was doing a conference call in my mom's living room, and she was like outside the house listening to my conversation, and then she comes in the house and she was like,
I heard all that shit you were talking with those fucking people on the internet. What the fuck are you doing talking to those fucking people? What a waste of fucking time.
That's where you got the waste of time thing from.
I was like, holy shit. I was like, my mom just fucking roasted me. I was like, damn. I was like, fuck. I was so embarrassed. It was so shameful.
Then you started roasting all of us.
This is Psychology 101. I mean, listen, this app has psychological proofs and psychological laws and psychological science. This app, you know, you can really frame it and like structure it. If, you know, there was like some type of overlay or some type of like project management software where we were all like visualizing what was happening here through the use of like, you know, symbolic trees or relationship connectors. Oh, I get a lot of spam phone calls. Okay, so vampires are basically parasites, which are demons. Everybody hates bedbugs. Bedbugs are also horrific trolls that attack you in the middle of the night and bite you, and then you wake up and you're like, what was that? And then the next morning you see a bedbug bite, and you're like, oh no, there's a bedbug in my bed. And then you get to the Halloween moment, and you're like, trick or treat. Most people want a treat, but some people, 1 out of every 10, or every 10 times you ask, you know, for the treat, a lot of people just end up doing the trick.
What's the history of Halloween?
It's an ancient Jewish ceremony meant to degrade Arab Muslim women who think that they are intellectuals, but all they do is just hypnotize themselves with stupid conversations. Then they take the pumpkin, fill it with candy, and say, trick or treat. And then when you eat the candy, there's a fortune cookie. And the fortune cookie has a message that says, all communication is hypnosis.
No.
Or you could say that all communication is conversations that you've already had. For some of us more than others.
All communications are a near-death experience.
I'm having apple cider, and it's so much better than apple juice. Did you know that?
Yeah, I'm drinking apple cider too. I've been enjoying it. It's probably a lot of sugar.
I thought it was just like an apple juice, and I wasn't sure what it would taste like. How would you describe it in relation to apple juice? Like less watery, or what? It's really good. Is it healthy?
Probably. You know, I wouldn't drink, like, people probably have a glass a day, but it's like, you know, less is more. There's a lot of sugar in there now.
I don't know. I lost a lot of weight from walking so much when I was in California.
Did you see Diego when you were there?
No, I don't.
Well, I saw him once at a gas station. He wasn't much to look at. Okay, this is your final hypnosis. Ba-dum-bum. Here we go.
We lost Matt.
He's outie. Okay, how many more pages do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 6. Here we go. Okay, this is meditation. Om. You do not have to wait for grace to take place. It has already taken place and is taking place in you. You have been given an interest in your true nature. That is the most valuable thing you could have been given. That is grace. Say yes to the gift you've been given and follow it. Om.
What are you doing over there? You okay?
I exist as I am. That is enough. If no other in the world be aware, I sit content. And if each and all be aware, I sit content. One world is aware, and by the far the largest to me, that is myself. Om. There is no one that can do anything, and there is nothing that needs to be done or known. There never has been anyone to do anything. The whole misconception that keeps us firmly in the sense of being separate is the idea that we can do anything, or the idea that we need to do anything. Why do we need to do anything? That is just what's happening. It is all immaculately complete and without need. I'm not speaking to any body. I am not speaking to any mind. I am speaking to that I am, that I am. The presence awareness that expresses through the mind as the thought, I am justice, nothing else. The deathless, eternal presence, or awareness that is already Buddha, or pure mind is fully available in any state or stage of consciousness, including your own present state of awareness right now. So I'm going to talk you into this state, or try to, using what are known as pointing out instructions. I'm not going to try to get you into a different state of consciousness, or an altered state of consciousness.
You do not have to wait for grace to take place. It's already taken place.
Okay, that concludes my meditation. I hope you enjoyed it. How do you feel?
Peaceful.
Peaceful.
Yep. Can I ask you a question? If your face got cut open, would you be okay? How would you feel? Literally, I'm not asking how would you, about because of myself. I'm asking how would you take it? Would you just oh, there goes my face?
Yeah, well, I would, I don't like I don't like pain, nobody does, but patience is a virtue, so when you deal with pain, you're dealing with time and patience and taking care of yourself and trying to heal that one. Like when my aunt died, she had this horrible cut on her leg, and I was so angry because I could tell she wasn't taking care of it, and I was very upset. I was because I didn't live with her, but when she came to my house and her her leg was falling off, and I was like,
wow,
I couldn't believe it. I was like, you gotta take care of yourself. This is crazy.
You get it?
Yeah. Oh, it will heal. That's a Jewish saying. I told this girl once who was having surgery. She was very nervous, and I said, "There's a Jewish expression that God heals all flesh and performs wondrous miracles." She was very happy when she heard that.
Where did you get your Jewish education if you were in Catholic schools?
Books. I got 1,000 books in my house. I've been reading books for years now.
So you got your own, you studied your own?
Yeah, that's the only way to learn something is to study it yourself. You know that, right?
So what made you become so anti-Islam?
I'm not anti-Islam. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you were saying there's this hadith that says this, just a few months ago.
Yeah, so what? That's that's for children. Those are games that children play. What are you talking about? That's playing tricks on people.
So what's your position on Muhammad?
I don't know. He was a top G. What do you mean? Guy started a world religion. Okay, I don't know. Most people on this app don't even wipe their ass with a fucking baby wipe. Everybody here is inconsequential. This whole thing is just a game, Nora. This is a very complicated psychological video game. That's what it is.
Yeah.
This app is a joke. The people on here are a joke. It's all just a fucking joke. Welcome to the Comedy Store. You didn't know you're in the audience? Get on stage, You've been playing games with people, but I'm telling you, I record everything here. That's next level game playing with these retards. I'm public and I'm running for Congress. So, when you are in politics, it's all public social media content. It's crazy.
Did you get your petition enough for the primary?
I'm getting the rest shortly, and then I have to get them notarized. So I have a lot of.
How much is it costing? Because it's expensive.
I've spent I think close to $2,200.
Only? Oh, that's good.
Yeah, very very affordable. Some other girl, but I don't know. People aren't disclosing how much they've spent, but I haven't raised above 5,000, so I don't have to disclose my donors.
Oh. Okay.
I've only raised $600. through Antidote, or total $600 total. I've spent my own money for the campaign, but anyways, I've spent like, I don't know, 1,500, 1,600 bucks, I think, and that now I even spend more, 2,200 plus like, yeah, so maybe 2,800, 2,900 all spent total, plus gas, upcoming hotel, upcoming food, like. So that's where we're at. This has been a journey. You have to create a journey for yourself, Nora. You know, it could be books, it could be love, it could be gym, it can be anything. You pick which, video game you want to play every day. That's it. That's what's happening here. And some days you may pick poorly, but I would encourage you to make better choices. And then your game is much more fun.
Yeah.
Don't get bogged down with, wasting your time with people and organizations. Like, you can go there and play your games there if you want. But this game on this app with the number of people here, plus there's just, you don't have to go anywhere. The world comes to you. It's the laziest form of action, but it's like pure communication.
Indeed.
19 vaccine liar. All there is this perception. Perception is not owned by a someone or by a body, mind. Perception just is. All that is perceived is just appearing in perception. All appearances are simply perception, including the appearance of this body-mind or that chair. There is no separation. I am absolutely alone. There are no others.
Who is this?
There is not
Okay, so we're getting. Did we do the whole book? No, we got more to do. I've been reading books for like a whole month now, every single day, from like 8 a.m. to like 1 p.m. for like a month now. It's been amazing.
Nice.
Putting it all on YouTube. Because like, this is, if you were to, try to prioritize what's the best thing I could do for myself, for the constituents, for the world, I mean, it's definitely reading books and increasing your intelligence. And if I think my intelligence hasn't increased, then I just go back to the YouTube. I'm like, oh, I'm reading really good books, and I can listen to myself reading them. So it's like a way to like be a Silver Surfer or a Skywalker, like a Jedi. Wah, 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 wah. See what I'm saying? Like, because most people are just living in other people's communication. But if you, create your own audiobooks, and it's super wise books, you can venture out of that, but at least you have a very solid base program to rely on. And that's what I've accomplished for myself, psychologically, intellectually, in terms of storage even, because I'm storing my thoughts in YouTube. And I don't know, I'm just doing programming on myself, using YouTube as the base recorder.
I started recording a few books, but I don't think I can do it anymore because it really does. I struggle to read because of how tight my stitches are and how much like scar tissue is building. Like it's like I have a rock in the side of my mouth.
Yeah, oof. It's painful, but that's your body healing. That's the way. It's truly what's happening. Is like that pain is like causing your body to send more blood cells